Life is not about studying. Life is not about getting a university degree. Trust me, it's not. Well, obviously, you're going to get one anyway, right? All right. I hope you can get a good GPA as well. But if you have a 2.5, 2.8 GPA, what are you going to do? Not happy? What about Bill Gates? What about Mark Zuckerberg? Got to think about this. Put things into perspective, okay? University GPAs are not everything. Your life is, okay? So welcome back. And the STC is actually 8th year running. This is our 8th anniversary. Sorry, 7th anniversary. 8th year coming up right now. September. We start in September, and we finish in June. So 10 months. You people would have a chance to come every single month. Okay, tea reception free. You don't pay a dime to get in here, to listen to good speaker, to chit chat yourself. After that, food and drinks open up. Go and eat as much as you want and drink as much as you want. No alcohol, though, right? This guy's name is Jason Chatty, very talented performer, speaker, and life coach. Okay, every time I watch these, I think my blood pressure goes up. Doesn't it you? Do the same, right? Heartbeat faster. You just really want to bang out the door and then just go and conquer the world. So this is it. Don't be a conformist. I think most of us sitting here are conformists. We want to go to university just because that makes my parents happy, and I'm going to get a job, make a lot of money, and enjoy life. That's conformity, right? You're going to do a lot of things outside the sphere. So don't let anybody rush you. Have your own timeline, your own time clock. So that's the message that film was telling us. And every time I saw that, I actually got some new meaning. Every time something new came up. So young people like you guys, 20, 25, you have a long life ahead of you. So don't rush into things. You don't get a good GPA, don't worry about it. You're gonna get something better, even maybe, outside university, outside studying. All right. So in a nutshell, this is what life is all about. What your life at university is all about. It's not end all and be all. You're just beginning. You're beginning to explore life. Now you just saw that 4 students, 5 students here. You're getting a little certificate. That is STC certificates, Small Talks Circles certificates. These are student volunteers, okay? Because they help out, they get one of those. But if you come to STC, Small Talks Circles, 8 times and over, you get one of those. You get one of those certificates. And it's actually sponsored by all 14, 15 universities in Hong Kong, right? All 14, 15. 8 UGC universities, government public universities, and 7 private colleges. Not only that, 中小企, the Hong Kong General Chamber of Small and Medium Business, okay, and they endorse that certificate. And the other one is Federation of Hong Kong. That is that's a biggie. All the big multinational in Hong Kong, multinational, meaning JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, HSBC, Jardine, Swire, and all that, they belong to that organization, Federation of Hong Kong. So that organization also endorsed STC, okay? So if you get one of those certificates, it would help you to get, not a job interview. Well, at least you get a job interview, right? So I encourage you guys, as I just talked to you guys before, the program starts. I think 80-90% of you sitting there, first time, right? I want you to come back. Not only you, but bring your friends. Bring your roommates, your classmates, and all. And even people who don't go to university, bring them. I don't care, right? All right, so I'm going to stop right here, okay? I'm going to introduce my very good friend, Mr. Po Cho. Now, it's impossible to introduce Po Cho properly because the list is so long, so big, right? So I'm only going to do a little ones. And Po and I go back 30 years. Exactly 30 years, if I remember, right? Po, 1988, we met in either New York or Bangkok. Can't remember that, but anyway, Po Cho, very famous guy in Hong Kong and also internationally. a very successful businessman in commerce and also in education. Okay, it's not that kind of education, it's another kind of education. You learn about it in a minute from Poe. He has a silver Bohemia Star, OBE, JP. He's co-founder of DHL International and chairman of Hong Kong Institute of Service Leadership and Management, among many other public and private organizations, of which he's very heavily involved. He's an accomplished painter, calligrapher, photographer, diarist, and Poe is also an avid writer, having authored many books, both in Chinese and English. Poe is very much interested in classical music as well. That's where we met, right? As a matter of fact, it was through a music scholarship at the world-renowned Juilliard Music School in New York. Everybody knows Juilliard Music School? Anybody knows what that is? I get a little nod at the back there. Juilliard Music School is the music school in the world, okay? If you can get admitted to Juilliard, you are somebody, you're very talented. So actually, DHL gave out a scholarship to a young violinist. His name is Wang Xiaodong, many years ago, and he got a DHL scholarship to study at Juilliard, and that's when Poe and I met in 1988. And now you figure out how old we are. So without further ado, Mr. Poe Chung, can we give Mr. Poe Chung a big hand?
Thank you. I decided to sit down because most of the professors stand up and talk down to you. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to share a lot of what we did not fix the video, right? Actually, I lived that video. I did not get to university until I was 21. I was born in Macau in 1943. That makes me 75 years old. And then, because my father lost his job in China, we came down to Macau, and we fished on the beach of Kolowan for 2 years. And then life gets better. He found a job in Burma, and I came to Hong Kong. Then I graduate, and then I got stuck. I got stuck because in the United States, only government gives jobs to fisheries majors. Now, I didn't have a green card, so I cannot get a job. And then unless I get a green job, get a card, I cannot get a job. No green card, no job, no green card. That's called catch-22. Neither side, you lose. So my father at that time had a very good friend who was a manufacturer of toys in the United States. So they were looking for somebody who's willing to come back from the United States and help my father's friend to run the Hong Kong office. I took a couple of business classes. Also, I graduated during the Cultural Revolution. So my father said, don't come back. So I spent 2 more years working and making, paying for my rent and paying for my food by working in a bookstore. Making toys is a whole long process, production line. You have to get the raw material on this side and then put product on the other side and make sure that you make everything according to standard and correctly. That is called doing things right. But it can be very, very boring because there's not much creativity. The creativity is in the innovation, is setting up the factory. But when it comes to a daily making things, that's not very innovative. So my job at the representative office of this factory, of this buying company in the United States buying toys in Hong Kong is the operation job. Operation is everything that your boss doesn't want to do, you get to do. So I was the operation manager of the toy company. And we have to send documents, banking documents, shipping documents, engineering company documents back into the head office. And at that time, when you send things, and even now, if you send things through the post office, it takes about 8 days. Particularly if you send it as a big package. And even longer if you send it registered. Because everybody in the post office have to sign it every time they change hands. So running an office or running an operation in Hong Kong and reporting to the US and US back with the answers, it would take half a month. That's no way to run an operation, because there would be people in Hong Kong, let's say 500 people, making a toy, and then something wrong with the color pink, right? Now, color pink, a color, you cannot describe it on a telephone or on a email. So, the wrong pink. What do you mean by wrong pink? It's the right pink. You have to make a pink dress, send it over there, and then they say, yes, it's the right pink. Or they say, no, it's still not right. So sometimes the pink dress can go back and forth 3 times, or at least 1 time. Then you have 500 people waiting there for the answer before they can continue making the dress. Now, not that they sit there, they would be making maybe the blue dress, but the pink dress they cannot make. So, one day, Adrian Dorsey, the D of DHL, walked in the door. And, DHL stands for Dorsey, Adrian Dorsey, Larry Hilblum, H, and Robert Lin. So it's Dorsey, Hilblum, and Lin. We never used to say the whole word. It's called DHL. So DHL does not stand for Documents Hopelessly Lost. Most people thought it stand for that, but it is not. So it's Dorsey, Hilblum, and Lin, but we never used the whole name. So Adrian Dorsey convinced me to quit Topper Toys and start DHL in Hong Kong. And I hated the manufacturing. To tell you that I have big plans about DHL, I'll be lying. I just didn't know. I hate the old job so much, anything will do. And sometimes that's life. It's not that particularly you like the new opportunity. It's you just think, most of the time in life is you know what you don't want, and you don't really know what you really want until later in life. So if you don't know what you want, don't worry. I didn't know what I want until I was 32. So and you have plenty of time to do that. And then one Saturday morning, I was just getting from home to the office. My supervisor called and said, "Mr. Chung." I said, "Yes." He sounded very serious. I said, "Yes." He said, "The police is here." I said, "Yes." He said, "They asked us whether we would send gold." Now, we know that you cannot send gold unless you have a license. So I know the police was trying to entrap me, to entrap DHL and saying that would be a black and white breaking of the law. But I say fine. So I went rushed to the office, and I said to the superintendent, who was there, I said, "I'm the supervisor. I'm the manager, right? If you want to arrest me. Don't touch my couriers." So I was arrested on infringing of the postal monopoly. It took us 2 years to fight it out in court. That's another story, which I don't have time to tell you this evening. But I was But the Hong Kong law is very good. Until you're proven guilty, you're not guilty. So they let us to operate on a daily basis so that our customer do not get disrupted on whatever they're doing. I can go on this whole night, but you have to say time out. Yeah. So your time out after half an hour. Is it already half an hour? No.
Almost half an hour.
Almost half an hour.
Another 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Service company, there are three things. Yeah. Number one, you have to be competent. Manufacturing, you have to be competent. Service, you have to be competent. But in service, you have two more things to remember. 36計 is smartness, not wisdom, right? 深刻面皮厚係 smartness, not wisdom. So if you think these are smart, these are wisdom, then people would not follow you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just want to wrap up. I think this mic is not working. You saw the video, right?
Yes.
Don't just live the video.
Yeah.
All right. So you study biology, chemistry. Don't think that is useless or history or whatever. You know, the world is bigger than that, right? So fisherman, a toy manufacturing guy, operation guy, and he's the co-founder of DHL International. So think about that, right? So anything you want to do, you could do. Just put your heart behind it. I don't want to say anything more. I just want to really thank Paul for a very inspiring life story. Okay, and I bet none of you guys sitting there would have thought DHL being an international conglomerate was actually founded or co-founded in Hong Kong by Paul. Right? Isn't that remarkable? It's okay. You can't hear me now. Okay. All right. Is it okay? All right. Actually, I'm done. So one last word about small talk circles. Okay, I want you guys to go home and read about the article, read about the article, the little piece that I wrote in 2011. Why I found this what I call social forum. Okay, is anything outside academic? As I said, academic is good. With professors sitting there, right? I can't say they're not good. They're very good. So, but not the only thing that you do. So you do well in academic. You have achievements, you get high GPAs, you get a degree, and don't forget, the other side of the coin, the flip side of the coin. I call the flip side of education is important, which is social education, right? So that's why we're here. That's why we're doing these things. Paul, again, thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Food and drinks over there.
Free food is over there, the bean bags are over there.